Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Thought I'd film a quick video here. Air compressor crapped out, so well, just the motor, really. I've been trying to figure out what was wrong with it. It's right here on the bench. Replaced both capacitors because it was tripping out. Tripped the breaker when it was hooked up to the compressor. The compressor's fine. I unhooked the motor from the compressor and tried to do it. And it would run. Sounded like it was laboring really hard. I also apologize if my voice is a little messed up. I am a little sick right now. I probably should be resting, but I can't sit in my office chair and watch any more YouTube videos. So I figured I'd come out here and work on stuff and figured, hey, I can record a video. So while I have the energy to be out here, once I'm done, I can go inside and have something other than watch YouTube. I can edit a video. Not that I really want to. I don't really enjoy the editing process, but filming, I film so much videos and most of them don't get posted. I haven't posted a video in a while, so I figured, what the heck? Let's get one going. But yeah, after talking to one of my coworkers, he has the exact same compressor that I do. It's a 60 gallon, not the 80 gallon. Has the same motor. He said that the motor would run, and then it would just trip the breaker, which is exactly what this one does. It runs a little slow. The bearings felt fine. Like I said, the capacitors in it are new. That didn't fix the issue. Well, after I said talking to him, his motor doing the same thing. He ended up just buying a new motor. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just buy a new motor. So that's what I did. This is it right here. So looks similar enough. It's not the U.S. motor brand. It's some Chinese brand. It was like $200. I was willing to take a chance because the motor that it came with apparently has this issue. A lot of people have this issue where the motors crap out. So hopefully this will work for us. If not, it was only $200, which would suck, but I could always use it for something else or whatever. Probably should have gone with a 6 horsepower or something like that. I've been told by some coworkers that usually you should just step it up a little bit, but this compressor doesn't really get a whole lot of use, so anything that's making compressed air will be greatly appreciated. Alright, now here's a side-by-side comparison of the motors. You see the holes here, they should line up. I'm not sure of the width. I think this is a lot wider than this is, but the compressor has slots, so that shouldn't be an issue. The motor height, this is a little lower, which shouldn't be an issue. You can see it's a little lower. They're both 7/8 shafts, both 7/8 shafts there, so that shouldn't be a problem. You know, we'll probably just bolt her up and see what happens. The pulley's laying around here somewhere, but yeah, we'll get her up there, and plus the wiring hole there, it's in a similar location, so it should be no issue at all. Pretty sure it's all the same. Yeah, 3450, 5 horsepower. Does it have duty cycle on there? Duty constant. I probably should have checked to make sure it's the right counterclockwise. I didn't even check that. Does it say on there? That'd suck. It doesn't say, but we'll figure out if that's going to work or not. All right before we get the motor thrown back up on the air compressor, I just wanted to show you guys that the wiring is going to be pretty similar here. I took the wire retainment device off of the old one and put it on the new one. Thankfully, I thought it was going to have a pecker head up on top, but nope, it's set up just exactly like this one is. I had to take the plastic plug out, and I tell you what, they must have injection molded that thing right into the motor housing, because I tried to unscrew it with a flathead, and it looked just like this. It just tore itself right up, and wow, it was in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drill some holes here, right there and right there, just so I can get it a little bit further forward. It would probably work out, but I had a little bit too much overhanging the end of the shaft with the pulley, maybe that much there, half inch, which wouldn't have been a huge deal, but figured what the heck, I'll drill new holes, it'll fit better. Big thing right now that I need to deal with is just getting the tension good, making sure there's enough belt tension, and hopefully this motor actually works, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Before I get into wiring the compressor up, I wanted to get over here to this other room, show you my next project, hopefully in the next couple weeks. I'm going to have about a week or two off, so I'll be able to dig into this, restore it a little bit. I've already cleaned up some of it. It's just super crusty and dusty and rusty, and paint's falling off, and you know, the usual wear and tear on a surface grinder. I've done some test cuts with it. When I bought it, I hadn't tested out the spindle or anything like that, but since then I have, and it works, so that's good. It's pretty cheap. Picked it up since I couldn't see it run. You know, I made that very apparent that, you know, I'm taking a big gamble on buying this. You know, as much as I am frugal and cheap, I'm also willing to gamble a little bit. Worst comes to worst, I could have rebuilt it. I still plan on potentially doing scraping if I have to. I have a power scraper that I rebuilt. I don't know as I ever made a video about that or anything, but I did rebuild a power scraper. Still probably not perfect. I probably should make some, you know, check it for the play and the head itself. But now that I have a surface grinder, I could probably get away with making the guides for the thing. I don't know what you would really need to do in order to do that, but I could theoretically manufacture any parts that I need to. Yeah, so let's get back to wiring up the compressor. All right, well, I got it laid out, bolted down. What I did was I put everything together, both the pulleys with the belt, and I measured roughly what the gap between the two pulleys were, and I cut a little wood block, wedged it in there a little bit, so the belt I knew was at the right tension, or close to it. It was a little on the loose side. I drew a line, moved the motor over just a little bit over on top of that line. You can see here it's kind of on top of the Sharpie mark, not right on the edge, so it should be a little tighter than it was. Now I plan on just putting the pulley part, the belt on it, slide it over the motor shaft, then get my taper fitting, suck it on there, get it roughly lined up. One bad part about the taper lock pulleys is they don't, it's quite a bit harder to get it lined up. But yeah, it should be reasonably square. I checked it with, well, I put wherever it went, don't really know where it went. Somewhere, probably on the floor, broken. Adjustable square. Put the square against this with the rule this way. Checked on its length. It was pretty consistent. Maybe a couple degrees off because that was before I bolted down. But you can see the amount of Sharpie line there visible, and at the other end visible. There's a little bit less down here. So now I just got to put the pulley on, wire it, hope for the best. I'm pretty sure this spins the right direction. We want that to go that way, which that on this side is clockwise, but if you're looking at it from the other side, that's counterclockwise. So hopefully we're good. All right, I got her wired up now. Right, much too complicated about it. You put the earth where the earth symbol is, and then there was 2 spade connectors, so I just slid those on, and boom, you're done. Now I've yet to test it. I'm about to do that in a second. This is the tension on the. I mean, it's pretty tight. It's not too tight, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah, nothing left but to test it here. Probably should have found out, or I should probably run this under no load for a little bit and let her break in a little bit. I didn't do that. I probably should have. Whatever. We'll figure that out. I'll look up if I can turn off or figure out a way to make this so it's not compressing any air, or open a valve so it's not actually creating pressure. And it's at 0, so it's going to be under very minimal load until it gets up higher. So it'll take a little bit, and it'll have, a few minutes of break-in time. But I'll read the manual real quick and see what it says. But I mean, we should be in pretty good shape here. I'll bring you back when I'm about to fire it up. All right, well, I looked it up real quick. Didn't really see anything about breaking in a motor. I mean, it's an electric motor. It's not like there's a bunch of wear and stuff that needs to happen. So it should be just a-okay to run. Just nothing but to it but to flip her on, see what happens.